A brand new Cities Skylines 2 trailer has dropped, and this time we are finally seeing in-game images. But before we go into it in depth, let's have a look at the trailer. Alright, we are back now with the analysis, and we've already seen the trailer, and oh boy, there is so much to see with this trailer. But I'm just gonna go a little bit back here, so to the most important part of the entire trailer, and that is this one over here. All footage captured in-game. So we are not looking at a rendering, we are looking at the actual game, and oh boy am I amazed. I had like really big goosebumps watching this video. I have not seen anything before, I have not been involved in anything before, I have just seen it just like you, and I'm mega hyped. Now let's actually look at this scene first of all. I'm just gonna quickly play that one so you have a feeling for the scene again, and you can tell that the road system looks fantastic. You have to compare this game. This is a vanilla stage game, and you have to compare that obviously with a super modded one, and it looks even better than that. Fun stuff what that car down here is doing, but that's a different story. They're just blocking the road, but never mind. A couple of things, couple of little bugs at the end, at the beginning is fine. But now this look over here is also, I can point out so many things. I try to keep this video relatively short, and we will make a super in-depth one for tomorrow. Maybe they're dropping more pictures during the evening or whatnot, and I just want to go through the trailer now, but there's just so much in it. So first things, you can see the forest looks a lot better. I know that we have had to use a lot of mods until the forests look very good, but this one does look fantastic now. The building styles over here, I know we knew already that we will have different building styles according to which biome you're playing in, but man, does this look good. So we have the little suburbs over here, we've got some mid-sized buildings over here, like kind of living quarter blocks, and then we've got the huge office skyscraper buildings in the back. We can see a wonderful K over here, which is really crazy that this is also in-game, it seems. Then we have a wonderful look at that little crossroad here where the railroad is crossing. You can see that houses have like photovoltaic solar panels on top of it already, so like a little bit of eco aspect is in here as well. And there's like a water treatment, or maybe even a desalination plantage, who knows. We've got like what seems to be a TV tower here in the back, and we've got a ferry coming in, so many things confirmed. Ferry ports and suburbs, and also what is one thing that many people have pointed out is confirmed now, we will have fueling stations. As you can see down here, there is a fuel station, and I assume that this is a new element of the game, which I find very interesting. It has been teased in the very first announcement trailer, which was rendered apparently, but it has been teased, and this looks as if it's already in. So really cool stuff. But there's like so much more in this trailer. Let's quickly play the sequence, and you can see how the suburbs are raising in the building, so you can really tell that there is a growable aspect to them, which is pretty cool. I mean, obviously we knew that already from Cities games, but now you also get a way much better look at the petrol station down here. And if we go further in, you can see everything is growing and growing. And now, it's gonna be very hard to pick a favorite for my thumbnail, because legit it's just so good. Now we have this area over here which shows so many aspects of the game. So we've got a railroad, but if you look at the markings, especially how much better this has become. It almost looks like as if they've taken the network systems that people have been introducing with mods and stuff and just improved this dramatically. I love how realistic the forest looks with some dead trees in between, and you know, we've got the train crossing over, and the cross looks insanely good, insanely well done, and we'll see how they are placed down in a bit. This one seems to be like a cargo train over here with a couple of elements, switch rack elements, so really good stuff as you can imagine. Yeah, let's play it a little bit more, and you can also see there was like a different, let me just get back, there's not only that train. There was like a normal, kind of modern, normal train, which is looking really awesome, really smooth and super streamlined, very nice looking. But the next picture is equally great. You can see there's a tram coming over, so confirmation that we will have trams as well. And it goes over a roundabout over here. And that element, legit, this element over here, to make it look that way, you needed to make so many mods work together, but this looks to be in game and looks to be so much more smooth, like it just goes in here through. You will have a little peek at the system in a bit. It's also in the trailer. We are only 23 seconds in. I cannot imagine where this is going. Okay, but you can see buildings, just as always, very nice. This looks to be like a university kind of style building with a lot of parking lots over here. They seem to play a huge role. Obviously, we've got our little recycling car here. Should not be too much of a surprise that they are in as well. And now we skipped a little scene. I mean, actually, the night view is just phenomenally looking. It looks so good. So it's just like, I can't even say how amazing it looks. It just gets some Miami vibes to me right now. But even though that's just maybe me. And I have you seen there is the oh god, how are they called? The Solaris, kind of the polar lights. I forgot the name, how it actually is called. Not sure if that's in game, but it almost looks like. This over here is apparently a more winter map, as you can tell from the mountain peaks over here. And look at all the small kind of little islands in here. Just looking so well. This might even be the same city we've seen beforehand, or the same setting. No, not maybe. I thought because of the TV tower over here, but it could be that the first screenshot was from somewhere over here. So the first sub-ops we've seen were there. This is the central island. It might be the same map even. So really cool. You can see how the changes work, and you know, the city goes down, and very nice time lapse. I also like the font. The new font of Cities is amazing. Okay, so oh boy, whew, deep breath. The next few scenes are insanely important. We have a brand new tool for making the terraforming, and I know people have been mega happy with the terraforming in Cities 1. I obviously am a little bit biased because we are using the best ever you know, terraforming tool in the Planet game, so obviously you are a little bit biased. But one thing that's more important than anything else is look at the new UI. It looks familiar, but so much better. It looks cleaned, it looks fresh, it looks modern, it looks a lot less cluttered, even though there is still a lot going on. The fun bit is you don't even need to point out too many things, because they have basically kept everything in the space where it belongs, which makes a lot of sense, continuity reasons, but then this kind of whole window looks so much better. And also, I want to point out that it seems to be, we're having more zones over here. So it looks like we have already industry in here from the get-go, which is very surprising, but a very pleasant surprise. And you can see in here that the terraforming has 3 options now. It's obviously the terraforming itself, then it looks somewhat like plants and bushes and trees and forests, and that seems to be roads, or maybe even landscaping roads. Who knows what exactly that is, but looking super good. I'm not going to point out everything. As I said, we will make an in-depth analysis of that, but this over here, this is where the magic happens. I when I saw that, I was like, okay, well, you've taken all mods and boiled them together, right? Look at the menu down here. Look at the menu on the left-hand side. This, my friends, is absolutely spot on, the best we could have ever dreamed for. It seems to be everything we can. It looks like, okay, just like the snapping seems to be the ground snapping, the node setting. Maybe this is like the square setting. Then we have like, it looks almost like a kind of 90 degrees angle intersection, whatnot. I'm not sure what all of these mean, to be honest, but obviously there are a couple of those. This is central roundabout thing. You can change the elevation. We've got a freeform option. We've got, as you can see, a grid option. This seems to be like a copy paste, even kind of looks like copy paste, and the different types of roads. Then we have a different types of roads, as always, very much the same as you can imagine. Also, let me just drag that over so we don't have that in our view, because you want to see the UI. And you can see different types of roads. And what I find very interesting is down here you can see a pipe network connected to it. So it seems that we are getting a different types of piping, and they are connected to the roads this time rather than building them themselves. I mean, we do have water in here, but it's not meant to be that this is the same. But we do have roads connected to pipe work, which is a more modern approach, obviously. Then we do have different types of roads, as always. Looks like medium, like small size, medium size, high traffic size. Then we've got highways, intersections, roundabouts, parking lots, and maintenance roads, as I would say that is. Yeah, let's go on a little bit. You can see the building over here, and this is where things are getting funky. Let me just go a little bit back here, back in time. This is, wait, I'm just gonna skip forward a tiny bit. Let me just go frame by frame. There you go. There is a lot going on the screen, granted. It doesn't look super easy at the get-go, but it's... First of all, the connection seems to be very good. You can now finally just quickly go through the other street without having major problems connecting it. We basically needed Anarchy mod to do that beforehand, but now it's just easily possible. You just drag it through, you're at the same elevation, and it creates an intersection automatically, which is a good intersection. Love to see that, as you can tell, and it just removes the squares where people can actually build their houses, even though it looks a bit weird, or maybe this is a road that it doesn't have them connected to them, because surely they could connect over here, but whatever. So you can see now a very nice transition. I'm just going to skip forward a couple of scenes so you can see they are doing something really cool here with the road network, just blending it in. But you can see the different types of roads in action, which looks super cool. Also, look how slick that looks here with the harbor area, and then we've got all the trees up in here. It's looking really, really good. Just zooming over, and then we get a next look at our living quarters, and that is a huge change over here. We have a lot more residential building steps, I should say. As you can see, this is the low-rise suburb ones. Then you've got like almost like a row house type of thing. This I would call like a small size building block, a medium sized building block, a high density block, and a super high density block, I guess. But you can see really how this is shaping up together, and you can see the roads connected to the residential area. And obviously you can see the same with our other stuff, which is the blue one, as always, was the area for like shops and stuff like that, and then we've got the industrial zone, and now we've got a new violet one and a new mining one. I think this might be industry, while I'm not sure what that violet one is, but it might actually be something like high industry or so, because you can see there are office buildings. Oh, actually, never mind, these are office buildings. I forgot that they were in this trailer, but yeah, well, there you go. Office buildings, which is a new type of building, which makes sense. We've got a small office and a big office. Look at that, just skyscraper stuff like that. We have our typical buildings, which seems to have some needs and desires. I'm just not going to go too much into this detail. And now, whoop, you were too quick, game. Let me just go once back. This over here is also in particular very interesting. How these two nodes are connected to each other looks really, really sick. It looks really, really good. Also, the city is not doing too well, by the way. But anyways, but the graphics and everything, just, I mean, how good does this look? I mean, again, just the trees, and we've got some concrete walls, as you can see over here, some noise reduction walls, something like that. Really cool stuff we haven't had in game. I am looking forward to it like crazy. Okay, let's go on. This shot, okay, graphic wise, beauty wise, this is insane. Yeah, you can see building a bridge seamless as you go. Really damn good. Then over here, is that a university? Oh yeah, that was actually the university we were looking at. Which is a whole complex, and it almost looks like you can create the entire complex. This looks really cool. You can see select operating districts. You can have different upgrades for it, as it seems. The upkeep is quite crazy, but yeah, so that is that. And if we just scroll forward a little, actually, I'm not sure why the scrolling doesn't really work, but there you can see you place it down. Everything is happy. Everyone is happy. And this over here, this is the fun bit. This is the transportation, and you can see in here, this is our first glance at it, we have the buses, which is good, we've got trains, expectable, we've got trams, and we've got, which looks like, I'm not sure if that's monorail or another type of rail, I'm not sure exactly which one that is, not entirely sure which exactly, or if that's the subway maybe. We've got ferries, and we've got the airplanes as always. We can choose the theme over here, as you can tell. We can go from Europe to US, which is really cool. And then you can also connect them to what looks like the hub building. But what I like is that it seems, look at what they're doing right now. They're connecting the different elements, and they form different types of in and out coming railroads, which is a completely new behavior. It's not a building which is set and you've got the connections. You can actually make them yourself, which, I mean, just look at how good that looks in all the streets and stuff. It's just so freaking good. There you can see the lines. You can see the line over here in a very new kind of showcase graphic. I'm a big fan of this graphic, by the way. And then this is the tramway. You can change the ticket prices and assign the vehicles, how many should be on the line. It is so good, guys. I can't even tell how excited I am. This looks to be like a little bit rendered, but oh boy. Okay, let's go back once. This is again something very good where you can see a lot of info about your society, with a lot of children, teens, adults, seniors, undereducated, poorly educated, educated, well educated, and highly educated, which obviously is needed for the different jobs. You can see different types of cars. Again, not going too deep into it, but this again is a coal power plant, and again it looks like as if we have some modules that can be connected to it. So making the buildings even modular now is crazy, because that will give us even more flexibility. This is something again you could just do with mods, and then again you couldn't really do it with mods. You could only do it with like cosmetic mods in a way, but this is now functionality included to it. So it almost looks like as if the two towers, the water cool towers or the coal towers, can be exchanged, and some networks have been connected. It is really looking fantastic. Another cool view of air pollution over here, which with that smoke coming out is not the bestest of ideas you can have, but also like a very suburban area over here. Traffic overview, as always, you can see a nice graphic checking you how the traffic is. Obviously ingoing traffic is super high, then it goes down a little bit, and yeah, it is just insane. And then we have our look at the industries, which is something that we obviously got for Cities 1 at a point, City 1 at a point, but now we have got, it looks like farms, like chicken, like animal farms over here. Then it seems to be like, you know, kind of normal farms like grain and whatnot. Then we've got a wonderful, it looks like cabbage and stuff, you know, and carrots and blah blah blah. There seems to be wool, kind of. We've got obviously forestry, we've got stone mining, maybe coal mining. Then we've got all types of crystals or whatnot that is. I'm not sure if that's crystals, diamonds, iron, but it seems like iron or something like that. And then over here we've got oil, if I'm not mistaken. This icon is a little bit weird at this point, but yeah. And then you can even see how this wonderful truck is leaving this forestry area and getting this transported to wherever you need. And we need to pause again because that is another insanely beautiful screenshot. We've got a stadium over here that you can place, apparently. We've got a super cool park next to it. This looks to be like a Ferris wheel in the back. And then we've got another modern type of... This could actually be a hospital, like a super highly built hospital with like totally helicopter kind of landing spots. And we've got a soccer map kind of field down here. It looks so cute. Like, this is one of these modern things I would do with parking lot in front. I'd love to play there. The match I had today is really, the court wasn't that great. We've got 2 more soccer courts over here. Yeah, sports seems to be a big thing as well. Some ferry ports, and I could go so much through it here. Like a huge kind of area for, which looks like transportation for trains. And now it's snowing and everything is in. And then we've got the night view. And this is absolutely mind-boggling. It is looking so good. Yeah, not sure if that's an in-game shot. If that is an in-game shot, I'm just dying, but I think, no, this apparently is rendered. There is another view at like kind of a monument, but that's that. We are through, guys. And I am mega happy with what I've seen, and I hope you guys are too. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of it. Are you as excited as I am? And what is the most insane thing you've spotted in the video, what I have maybe missed out on? Yeah, let's get a little discussion going. Thank you so much. And if you want to stay informed about this game and also others, make sure to sub to the channel. I'm gonna cover as much as I can, as quickly as I can. So talk to you in the next one. Have a good one, and goodbye.